Hi, and welcome to AfterShark, WalletPop.com's post-show to ABC's Shark Tank. We're sitting here with Jonathan Miller, who killed it last night on the show. Hey there, Jonathan.
Thank you. It was quite an intense experience, I have to be honest.
If you didn't see the show, Jonathan walked in wanting $150,000 and 15% of his company, which is called Element Bars. What you do is you invite people to go to your website and create their ideal energy bar. You make it and send it out to them.
Yeah. So we, at elementbars.com, people come and they get to pick the ingredients. They use a fun drag and drop interface where they select the core. Do you want a crispy, chewy, oaty, or datey? They pick the fruits, nuts, sweets, and boost, build their bar, and then, of course, half the fun, too, is they get to label it. They get to put funny names in the front of the label and send it either for themselves or their friends or sell it in their business.
Well, you gave it to all the sharks, and they liked it. And then you seemed pretty nervous a little bit in the beginning. They were asking you lots of questions about, the valuation of the company and whether anyone could just come out and rip off your idea and make it for themselves.
There's nothing proprietary about the process or what you're doing.
I disagree with you.
Wait a sec. Here's my question. What do we need this guy for?
Yeah.
You need his formula.
Why do we need his formula? We can find that. You can just go to a factory and get this done yourself.
Unfortunately, you can't.
Why?
Especially not at small volumes. That's our operational expertise. You have to believe in me and the business. Give me the money, know that I can do it, and I will execute and show you the numbers.
You defended it fairly well, but you really hit your stride when the offers started coming in. Did you find yourself shifting in your comfort level on the show last night?
It really was. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I had a little bit of background because I had worked on the other side of the table, so I wasn't investing like they were, but I had seen entrepreneurs come in and pitch ideas, so I understood their perspective, and I knew a little bit where they were going to come from. I knew that they were going to want the majority of the equity, and they were going to just barely give me the money that I wanted. And so I wasn't completely caught off guard by their offers, but still, it was a lot to try to digest for them to come at me in the first take, in which they get 100% of the company, for $150,000, and all I get is, maybe a royalty stream from Kevin Harrington, and that was still a bit shocking.
Right. Then you seem to have done pretty well with that. Harrington did try to get 100% of your company, but then you eventually brought him down and down and down, which made him look like the weak guy. That's what really impressed everybody. But you never lost your cool while you did that. Is it the fact that you have actually given money to other entrepreneurs yourself in the past that gave you that training?
That's part of it. And the other part is I passionately believe in the idea. And I believe in the valuation and the future of the company. And so when he comes along and says, I'm going to take 100% of your company for $150,000, I know there's an alternative. I don't have to take this deal. And the power of the option is what really makes it, gives me some negotiating power in there, is to know that I could go somewhere else to actually get a better deal somewhere else. And so when he comes back and he says, wow, this guy actually might turn down my deal, he kind of gets thrown back on his feet. I kind of took him out of his element for a second, took the power away from him a little bit, and then put it back in my court, to be able to try to negotiate a better deal.
Well, that was pretty brave. But how did you know that what you could get away with? Because a lot of times people try to turn down deals, and the sharks just get furious and they run them out of the room.
They do, and it's about, as I said, it's about knowing their perspective, and I think it's also about knowing my perspective. I mean, I didn't come in there pitching just an invention. I had a business behind it. And so I knew I could negotiate at least a little bit, in the sense that I wasn't just pitching them the idea theoretically of custom energy bars. I was actually pitching them a company that had sold 30,000 bars and, had cash flow coming in and had shown strong growth. And so that allowed me to kind of know that I was actually on a better track record in this negotiation.
Well, in poker, there's something they call a tell, which is what another player does. You can sort of see that he or she has a weakness, and you can go in for the kill. Yeah. Do you think Kevin Harrington had a tell that let you know that you could bring the price down to something you were more comfortable with?
The tell, I think, was what they didn't show on Shark Tank is I actually called my wife, and I got a little bit of support from her as well, and in the actual negotiation. And it was the tell for me was that I spoke to my wife. I got a little bit centered. I kind of understood the situation I was in. I came back ready to turn down his deal. But, there's a moment, and it's a tiny fraction of a second, in which I say no, but look him straight in the eye. It's sending the signal that I'm not disappointed that I'm saying no, but I'm saying no because I think it's the best, I potentially want a better deal. And that gives him the opportunity, rather than saying no, looking down at the ground, and then turning around and walking out. And so that was kind of a pivotal thing. It was very small, and I'm not sure if it's exactly captured on camera, but it's that final moment in which, in negotiations, the deal gets done, usually in the last, 5%. So there's a lot of stuff that happens real quickly.
Right at the end. Well, you were very careful to keep your cool and to not show the weakness right off the bat, which I think is a lot of people's mistakes. By the way, how long did the negotiations take then?
It was long, especially, at least the producers told me, in comparison to how other segments went. I was on there for about 45 minutes.
And he came out at about, I think 15 minutes or so on air.
Yeah, and so it was about 15 minutes on air, and then plus they came and they shot a backstory, so they came and shot Chicago, which was spliced in there too, and that took a whole day to shoot that.
No, there's a lot of customized nutrition companies out there. Was part of the goal to go in the room and get publicity? Didn't even matter if you're going to get a deal or not?
That's part of it. Publicity is certainly part of going on Shark Tank. But it's equity. The money's good, and I need it to grow. But it's also the expertise. I mean, I selected Kevin Harrington as the final person to, really try to hone in the negotiation with, because he has incredible expertise in bringing products to market. I mean, he's one of the key founders behind QVC. And so having him on my side was a great deal. And so he gives me money to invest and introduces me to opportunities to be able to sell on places like QVC.
Well, on top of the deal that you made, do you have to give up any percentage of your company just agreeing to appear on Shark Tank?
Yes. So the way Shark Tank works is they take a 2% royalty on the business. And of course, that's something that I see as well worth it in terms of the advertisement that we got.
So you got a lot of people interested in your website because of the TV show?
Absolutely. If I look a little tired today, it's because it was a long night last night. We took many steps to try to prepare ourselves for people hitting the website. But even still, if it was slow last night, I apologize to people who visited the website. The website was literally brought to its knees. I mean, I think it was still serving web pages, but it was pretty slow. And the orders are flooding it.
Well, congratulations on all the success. I guess that you are a winner on both fronts there. Then thanks for taking some time to join us today here on AfterShark.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
You can watch more videos with the Sharks and with the entrepreneurs right here on WalletPop.com.